There was some interest in how I did the FPV setup on the XK A280 P-51 Mustang paired with the Walksnail 1S Lite. So I'm going to do a walkthrough on exactly what I did. And the first thing to realize is that the Walksnail Avatar 1S Lite kit is really made for drones. So there was some extra work that I had to do for sure. But one that took the most time to figure out was the camera mounting. And I looked through all over the web, and I couldn't really find anything that was really geared for putting it on a plane. So I ended up just taking some foam that I got with some packaging, and I cut the pieces out so that it would fit over the camera. And it took some time for sure to get all the measurements right. But what I came up with was, first I cut out this rectangle and cut a hole into it with an X-Acto knife, and so the camera lens fits in there pretty tightly. It holds it pretty well. And then I cut two rectangles of the foam and glued them on the edges, or both sides, top and bottom. And I used UHU POR Glue. That seems to work really well with foam, and I'm sure anybody that's been flying RC airplanes has probably realized that they need something like that. Then for the back piece, I cut kind of like a T shape so that I could slide the cable of the camera in and then turn it and have it fit this kind of wide cable end sticking out. So then you would, if there was a camera attached to here, you know, you'd stick it in like that. And then I took a piece of plastic. You know, it could be from anything, like any like thin plastic, and I glued it to the bottom to hold the piece together. And then finally I took electric tape and put that over the top. So you can see this one. And that way, if I ever want to take the camera out, it's easy to peel the electric tape off and then take it out. The last thing I did was I put these other two pieces on the side. That it's probably not necessary, but you know, just figured to completely encase the camera. The next problem I had to solve was, how am I going to attach this VTX to a foam airplane? And what I came up with is, it seems like the only real thing that this VTX has is these mounting holes. And so I thought, I'll take a piece of plastic and cover it in electric tape just so that it has some heat resistance, because the VTX gets really hot. And then I took a needle and I poked holes through the corner of the plastic. And then I took an X-Acto knife and I made those holes bigger so that I could stick some twisty ties through the holes. And that lets me attach the VTX to a piece of plastic that I can put Velcro on. I found some really nice Velcro for attaching the VTX to the airplane. It's this clear 5-pound Velcro, and it's really cool because the rough side is very, very difficult to see. It's right here on my plane. And so if you ever want to take all this stuff off your plane and just fly it like normal, you won't have a big black Velcro strip on your plane. And then I put the soft side on the bottom of that plastic piece, and then I can just attach it just like that. And I've never had any issues with it coming off, even in a really hard landing. But the camera has come off using that same Velcro. So I more recently switched over to this 10-pound Velcro. I found some gray stuff. I don't have it on this plane at the moment just because I'm in the process of, I'm going to try to put the camera inside the cockpit and just see what that's like. But I had the Velcro, you know, I pushed this opening latch back as far as it would go, and then I put Velcro from the right behind it up to about here on the windshield, and then I put the other Velcro on the bottom of here, bottom of the plastic piece on the camera, and then I'd stick that on there, and that seemed to hold it pretty good. I have had the cable get pulled off of the camera in like a really hard crash. The VTX would do a slow green blink, but all I had to do was take the electric tape off and then push the cable back into the camera, and then that solved it. There was no real issues. Then on the other side, I have the same Velcro, the clear Velcro in the same place right here, and then the soft side on the 1S, on a couple 1S batteries. But then I just take the battery and just stick it right there, and so now I've got even weight. The VTX weighs about, I think it's about 10 grams, and then this battery is about 10 grams, so it's a really nice balance. I figured that the center of gravity is right around here. I don't have the landing gear on or the drop tanks. I'm guessing that probably helps. You know, those have weight too, so you know, I haven't had any issues with the balance or seen any real performance differences. So I think this works pretty well. The last problem I had to solve is how do I get power to the VTX from this 1S battery? Because they have different connectors on them. The 1S battery is a Molex 2-pin 2mm pitch 1S connector, and what's on the VTX is a JST SH 1.0 4-pin connector. And so with a ridiculous amount of research on the web, I finally found somebody that makes this connector for the JST SH connector. This is not like a normal everyday product that you can easily find on Amazon. And I believe that I don't even know, maybe you could get it off their website or something, but I found it on eBay. They're from Germany. It took practically 3 weeks to get it. There's also someone in Colorado that makes them. In the description I'll put links to these. I cut one of these up. I'll take this out and just show you what it looks like. So normally it's got, you know, 4 wires connecting it, but I only needed 2. So I cut 2 of them off, and then I'm left with the white and the yellow ones. And then I got some of these off of Amazon, the Molex connectors, and I just cut them and twisted the wires together and soldered them. And soldering them is really important. It really does give better connection, and you'll get longer battery life out of it by soldering. And then I just wrapped electric tape around it. So then you would connect this one here to the VTX, and then when you're about ready to launch your plane, then you plug in this side to the battery, and then you're good to go. If you're flying and you're noticing that the video seems to kind of be shaky a little bit. You know, it seems like there's some vibration on the plane. I've found that the cause of that is actually the propeller. You know, sometimes these propellers will get bent from, you know, landing in the grass a number of times or taking some hard landings, and you can easily just, you know, unscrew this thing and replace it with a new propeller, and then that has solved the shakiness of the video, and it's nice and smooth again. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have as much fun flying this plane in FPV as I have.